Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Saturday morning. You have reached the Calvin Dean Show's, yes, fantasy football roundup on a Saturday morning. Grab your coffee. Let's get going, guys. Come on now. Thank you, and thank you. Man, we have a great show. We always have a great show for everyone. And, man, it's week 14, and what did I say about Thursday night? I said if I was a betting man, go to my show. If I was a betting man and they were giving me 6 points, if the Pittsburgh Steelers were giving me 6 points, and I was a New England Patriot, I'd take it. I told you guys, I'd take it. So you got to listen to the show, guys. Got to listen to the show. Really have to listen, and you have to listen to everything I say. And last week, 11-2. 11-2. Can't get better than that. Well, you could get better than that, but no one has. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my show. And, man, now, Saints, Derek Carr clears concussion protocol. Expected to start against the Panthers, guys. So you fantasy lovers, Derek Carr is back. But unfortunately, Geno Smith is questionable for the matchup against the Niners on Sunday. And, guys, yeah, questionable. He's a groin. I guess this was like in practice or something. It was just weird. And then Jair Alexander on the Packers' recent turn of fortune. I'm not going to call myself a prophet, but I called it. Oh, wow. I just had to throw that one in there, guys. Isaac Pacheco, shoulder ruled out for the Bills game. Man, oof, that's a tough one. I mean, you know, they do have a great team, but Pacheco's like really, really good. That's like Tony Pollard going down for the Cowboys. You know, it's important. It's important. It's like Derrick Henry going down for the Tennessee Titans, right? Man, but I'm so happy that Derek Carr is ready to play, and you know, just wow. Let's just go over some fantasy stuff, right? That's what this show is all about, fantasy football. And the fantasy football stats and trends for week 14. Stroud favorite is, Stroud and his number one wideout, Collins. Man, oh yeah. I'll tell you something. Favorite fantasy playoff defenses. All right, defenses, guys. Now, think about this. You have to understand something. For the playoffs, not this weekend, the playoffs, best matchups, right? The Rams versus the Commanders. The Rams versus the Saints. The Rams were at the Giants. Now, you have to understand that. I mean, look at it. And you have to understand the playoffs are coming. And you're going to have to grab a defense, and you know that the San Francisco 49ers and all the other teams that are up for winning and getting into the playoffs are going to be sitting their players. So the Bears at the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Falcons, and the Jets at the Dolphins, Commanders, and Browns. Now you got to think about that. That's a tough one. The Jets at the Dolphins, Commanders, and Browns. Commanders, yeah. So you have to look at all the best matchups, and the Jets at the Dolphins. Wow, I mean, yeah, you really have to look at all that and just take it in. And the same thing with the 49ers. I mean, at the Cardinals, the Ravens, and the Commanders. I mean, Ravens, but the Commanders and Cardinals. Now, you have to look at the second Stroud favorite. CJ Stroud, man, this is so good. The Houston Texans were the only team to have multiple players ranked among the top 15 wide receivers in targets per game from week 9 to week 12. All right. Nico Collins, teammate of Tank Dell, had 43 targets during that span. 43 targets, guys. The fourth most in the NFL. Now, I know Dell is hurt and sidelined right now for the rest of the season, but Nico Collins, man, he is all that and then some. And now Dalton Schultz is going to be out this weekend. Okay, no Dell or Dalton on the field. Guess what's going to happen? CJ Stroud targeted Collins 40% of his throws. 40% of his throws. Now, take this into context now, guys. Think about this one. Tyreek Hill leads the NFL with 32% target share. 32%. And Nico Collins is 40%. Wow. Yeah. This didn't come by accident, guys. Collins was the first read target on 55% of the plays in that game last week. 55%. 14 percentage points more than the season leader Keenan Allen's average. Wow. I mean, that's good. So, guys, Nico Collins is huge. And, of course, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill faces the top 10 fantasy defense in each of his playoff matchups. So you got to understand that one too. You have to understand where they're going and who are they playing when you're starting these players. And here's another one. This is my sleeper. My sleeper is Mr. Pittman on the Colts. Nobody sees better volume than Michael Pittman. Legitimately, nobody. Nobody, guys. In 8 games started by Gardner Minshew, the Minshew, this season, Pittman has averaged 11.5 targets per game. 11.5 targets per game, guys. Wow. Which matches the league-leading mark of Keenan Allen. Think about that one. And, they're going to be starting him, and they're going to be starting Gardner Minshew, because these guys are trying to get a playoff bid. That's my sleeper, Mr. Michael Pittman. And then we have Elijah Moore of the Browns. Elijah Moore. I wish someone loved me the way Joe Flacco loves Elijah Moore. In Flacco's first start as a Cleveland Brown, he targeted Moore 12 times. Continuing their habits from prior stint in New York, when, Moore was in New York and Flacco was in New York, right? Wow. This is something to know, guys. This is stuff you gotta know for fantasy football. Elijah Moore, did you guys ever think about him as anyone? Especially, he has Amari Cooper, misses some time, because he's hurt with some type of injury. He's always hurt with some type of injury, right? And that's his problem, unfortunately. And then Elijah Moore, man, Joe Flacco loves him. So, that's that. And another thing is, keep an eye on what Browns do at quarterback. Now, Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been cleared for concussion protocol. So he might be starting. I don't know. You have to pay attention, because if Joe Flacco starts, definitely go for Elijah Moore. And, Now, turning down the volume. The risk of inefficient fantasy players always carries the possibility of a lost volume, right? Like, let's look at Austin Eckler. Volume is showing signs of decline mirroring a dip in production in his last RB1 overall season in 2022. He led running backs in fantasy football, right? Per opportunity. That's targets plus carries. His ranking in the category has fallen to 33rd. Yes, week 13 was a prime example. On Justin Heber's 38 dropbacks, right? The pass-catching specialist ran a season low of 16 routes. Wow. As a back with one game over 4 yards per carry since the return from his injury, volume in passing game and the goal line is imperative. It is. It's no surprise that Eckler's 3-game skid, a single-digit fantasy point, he has only seen 12 targets and 1 goal line carry. 1. Isn't he like the touchdown king? Why would you give him 1 goal line? He must be still hurt. He must be. And more thankful than ever the Chargers at their fantasy playoff rule. I mean, they're just. I don't. Even Justin Heber's fantasy numbers are down. Stay away from them, guys. Cortland Sutton in this season. Sutton's just he's balling. Sutton may very well be the most underrated NFL and fantasy wide receiver this season. I think he is. Because, I mean, not many people love Russell Wilson. Everyone thinks he's washed up, right? But not Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is his target for Sutton in the end zone is the 6th highest rated in the NFL. 6 rated. Yeah, 6th highest rated. The targets have been accurate enough to translate into most touchdowns on passes thrown in the end zone this year. Fantasy opponents should be scared, very scared, to face Sutton going forward. The Broncos' opponents in the next 3 of the next 4 games rank in the bottom 5 in leagues touchdowns allowed to wide receivers. See, the guys, this is something you got to know. You have to know these things, And, he's up there. He's definitely up there. I would just go. Sutton, definitely a look. And that's, don't overlook him, guys. Do not overlook him at all. All right, let's go. Buccaneers against the Falcons. I would definitely start. Always start Evans. Always start Evans. Always, no matter what. Always start Evans. Evans is one of the top wideouts. He's always making that big play. Always making that big touchdown. Definitely. And Baker Mayfield. Their whole. I don't know. If that's your only quarterback, you could start him. But they're playing the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons defense is 9th in the NFL. Their offense is 18th, passing 24th, rushing 6th. Of course, who are you going to start? For Atlanta, Bijan Robinson. Come on, man, really? That's for sure. So. Evans, Bijan, I don't see maybe Otten. Otten's been doing well. If that's your only choice, Kyle Pitts, So, unfortunately, not much there other than Evans and Bijan Robinson to start on. Maybe a defense like the Falcons' defense. That could be good. Next is the Rams and the Ravens. They are playing in Baltimore. The back east, it's probably nasty out. I mean, I'm sure it is, that's for sure. Let me check. Well, in Baltimore on Sunday, it's going to be rain, 90% rain. Yeah, 90% rain in Baltimore this coming Sunday. So It's going to be messy. It's going to be messy. So, you have the Ravens, who are literally great at running the ball. And the defense of the Rams is 15th. Ravens is second, but the rushing for the Ravens is number 1 in the NFL. So, the passing is 20th, and the passing for the for the LA Rams is 15th. It's just, would I start Cooper Kupp? Yeah, probably Nakua, Cooper Kupp. Williams, Kerryon Williams. I'd be questionable. I don't know, Matthew Stafford. That's such a hard pick, The Ravens, they're coming off a bye. That's something that I'm. When Ravens come off a bye, like they do, sometimes they become very mundane. So they still start maybe slow, end up fast, or vice versa. I hope they, I picked them to win, but I just don't like them coming off of a bye. But I'm sure, your fantasy, it's going to be raining, like I said. So Edwards, I would start. Of course, Lamar. If you pick up Likely, I would pick up Likely. And he might have a big game. The big tight end that's taken over Mark Andrews. Zay Flowers. OBJ. OBJ's been doing well. But it is raining. So I don't know if OBJ is going to play that well, especially with all the injuries he's had. He could play good. Mitchell on the Ravens. So I would start all the Mitchell, Edwards, Lamar, Flowers, OBJ. Yeah, I would start all, and plus their defense. So that's who I'd be starting. The next game, the Lions and the Bears. Everyone on the Lions, if you have Jared Goff, start him. And St. Brown, Montgomery, Jamar Gibbs, Laporta. Oh, huge. Start. On the other hand, we have it's in Chicago, right? Justin Fields, God, start. You have to start him. The kid is either he's terrible or he's just phenomenal, and you don't know. And DJ Moore, start DJ Moore. Fields love DJ Moore. Heber, I'd probably start him. Mooney, maybe Mooney will have a good game. I don't know. It's the Lions. I don't know which team's going to show up. The Lions, they're 9-3. They're good. And the Bears, who knows? The Bears are, you don't know. Are they going to lay an egg, or are they going to go, oh wow, come out of their skin and play a great game? Who knows? I don't like teams like that, especially in fantasy football. The next game we have the Colts, Pittman, Downs, Taylor is out. Taylor's going to be, he's not going to be playing. I would start Moss. I would definitely start Moss. Moss is a good player. And Gardner Minshew. Why not? Browning did well. Look last week, 32 for 37. Wow, he looked great. I think he scored 94 touchdowns in high school or something like that. That's in 1 year, guys. Guys, it's one of those kids. I think it's a good pickup for the Bengals for for their backup. And man, has Joe Burrow's been falling into the injury prone. He has been injured in the last few years, hasn't he? Get injured, down for the count. Interesting. I would keep my eye on that. And then we have Well, Jamar Chase and Mixon. And I'd start all the regs. That's for sure. Why not? It's in Cincinnati. Cincinnati really. Their offense is 25th. Cincinnati's defense is 31st. Their rushing is 32nd. There's 32 teams. So come on. It's like the Colts they don't have a tall order. That's what I'm trying to get at. They just don't have a tall order with the Bengals. So the next game we have the Jaguars. They don't know if Trevor Lawrence. That's something that bothered me. Where's the golf cart? Here's a 6'5", 230, 40-pound kid, tough as nails, walking to the locker room. What's going on with Jacksonville? You don't have enough money for a golf cart or anything like that. It's Florida. There's golf carts in every single home in Florida. Come on, man. It's the Jacksonville Jags. Where's the golf cart? Wow. Well, that organization, as Colin says, it's a Mickey Mouse organization. The Herd. He called it a Mickey Mouse organization, and I was right too. He was dumbfounded. Colin was about the no carts, and he's right. He's right. Where are they? Where were they? Nowhere to be found. It's a game time decision for Sunday. I don't think he's going to play. I really don't. ETN, now Christian Kirk, that team is hurting, guys. 8-4. Zay Flowers is going to have to. Zay Jones, excuse me, is going to have to pick it up. ETN's going to have to pick it up. All the other players are going to have Wrigley. They're going to have to all pick it up because they're playing the Browns in the Browns. But the Browns are like 7-5, and who are they going to start? Flacco or a young kid? I don't know. It's just Browns, Ford, Elijah Moore. That's about it in their defense, right? And same thing with the Jaguars defense. I'd start them too. The next game we have the Saints. Derek Carr's out of concussion protocol start, and Kamara start. They're playing the Carolina Panthers, so start their defense, start their everyone, Oclave, you name it. Start him on the Saints. Thielen maybe on the Panthers if he's healthy. And no one else. Sorry, Hubbard. Hubbard's a good choice too, but that's about it. On the Texans and the Jets, another ugly game for the Jets, mind you. C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, Singletary. The Jets are a great defense. They're 4-8, and Zach Wilson's going to start again. It's like, surprise, surprise, surprise. He's back in the starting lineup. And Aaron Rodgers really likes the kid. He's not that good, but he likes him. I don't know. I just don't, what? Just, how they used to say, let Russ cook? Russell Wilson. What? Russell Wilson. Let Russ cook. Remember that? Well, let the kid cook. Let him. Let's see what he's got. Right? Let him just throw it up. Throw the bomb. Use that arm that he has. I think they should. Enough of the checkdowns. Let's go for it. Let's see how it works. I don't know. You have nothing to lose. You're 4-8, right? Defense start. Garrett Wilson. It's hard to start anybody on the offensive side of the Jets. I'm sorry. I would start Nico Collins and C.J. Stroud. Stolten is out for the game. Singletary. I would probably start the defense too, because the offense of the Jets is non-existent. The next game, the Vikings and the Raiders. Jefferson's back. Like, definitely, that's going to be fun. I'd start him just to see what's going on there. That's Addison. That means Addison's targets are going to go down. You do have Dobbs. He might do well. But they are playing the Raiders, 5-7. Raiders, this is a tough game, and I think they're going to really do well this game. I really do. Jacobs, I start. Adams, start. I might even start their defense. They might have a good game against the Vikings. They might. I don't see Justin Jefferson coming out and having a lights up game. I think he's. I don't think he's going to be at 100%. He says he wants to be 100%, but I don't think he's going to be 100%. That's just my opinion. Hopefully it will. We have Seattle and San Francisco, in San Francisco, so now they're thinking about Geno Smith not playing. He hurt himself in practice at groin, and I just don't, Walker, if Walker's back, he's been on the hurt, DK Metcalf, I always have to start him. I always have to start Taylor Lockett, Walker. I want to start Geno. They are playing the San Francisco 49ers, that's for sure. Will the Niners have a lull because they beat the Eagles, and now they go in and think, it's the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think they will. I think they'll do just as good, maybe even better. Stop Purdy. Come on, guys. You know who to start in the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy, defense, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, you name it. All those guys. Christian. I mean, everyone. Come on. Anyone and everyone. The whole team. And the next game, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City. That's going to be a fun one. It's in Arrowhead. And I think the Bills are going to pull this one out. I think the Bills are really in the driver's seat. And they're talking about Josh Allen. And everyone talks about Josh Allen. And they go, his turnovers. Do you know he has 17... He has like 17 more touchdowns than interceptions this season, and he's who's beats him? All right, Dak Prescott. That's it. He's literally to touchdown to interception. I mean, it's 17 more on touchdown. I mean, it's like, and if he gets to 40 touchdowns, he will go on down in history books in the last 4 years, 40 touchdowns a year. Wow. I mean, when they talk about Josh Allen, then they always say, his turns over. Guys, look at his stats. Stop with the BS. Stop talking out of your hat and look at the stats. Josh Allen is that good. And he is that good, and literally the only other player that beats him in stats and positive stats is Mahomes, but they're neck and neck. This is gonna be a great game to watch. Pacheco's hurt. Start Kelsey, start Mahomes, start all the regular players. Start Rice on the Chiefs. I don't know if Vandel's scandling, but, the Buffalo Bills defense, I think Buffalo's going to have a great game in this game. Gabe Davis, Diggs, Cook, Kincaid, start. I think it's going to be a great game. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to have a really, really good game. I see a blowout. Believe it or not, I do. It's weird. I just do. Something about it. The Broncos and the Chargers in Los Angeles. Sutton, start him. I probably might start, the Chargers? Start Russell Wilson, Sutton, Williams. On the Chargers, Keenan Allen, Hebert, Eckler. That's about it. Defense-wise, if you have the Broncos defense at stardom, I don't know. It's in Los Angeles, so, it's different. The Broncos have to travel to Los Angeles and play, in the Chargers, home field. So, and then the next game is the game of the week. Yeah, game of the week. We have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys playing in Dallas. Now, the Eagles, they just played one of the hardest hitting teams in football. The hardest hitting team in football, why don't we just say that? The San Francisco 49ers. Wow. And they got to be smart. Really? They must be really smart. And then the Eagles have to play the Cowboys. Wow. I would, of course, start Jalen Hurts, Swift, all the players on the Chargers, on the Philadelphia Eagles side of the ball. It's just you have to. Brown, Smith, and then same, CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. Why wouldn't you take CeeDee Lamb out of the picture and just see if Dak can beat you without CeeDee Lamb, right? But got Ferguson. Ferguson's been huge, man. Pick him up, play him on the Cowboys. Of course, Dak Prescott. You got to play Dak. And, it just, you have to. So those Cowboys, think about it. Dak Prescott, been on fire, and I just don't see him slowing down. I think the Cowboys are going to win this game, and I think that Philly is, they'll put up some good points, and guys, where to start on this. I might even start the Cowboys defense on this one, because I don't know about the Eagles this one. I think Cowboys will be 10-3 at the end of this game, and Eagles will be 10-3. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. The Titans on Monday night. We have two teams for Monday night. We have the Titans and the Dolphins, and the Green Bay Packers and the Giants. Makes you really want to watch Monday Night Football. The Dolphins, yeah, but the Titans 4-8, and the Dolphins 9-3. It's in Miami. Rain. I'm sure it will be. And King Henry start. That's the whole thing with the Titans. What I would do is I keep Tyreek off the hill, off the field, and just run, and pound, and make it look ugly. But on the other hand, the bad thing of it is with the Dolphins, they score so quickly and they score so rapidly, especially against inept defense as the Titans. They used to be good, but they used to, they're 17th in defense. And the Dolphins are 6th. The only reason why the Dolphins are 6th is because their high-powered offense makes other teams have to throw the ball. And what do you do when you're a defense and the other team's going to throw the ball? You cover zero. All out blitzes. Blitz. And that they're going to pass. So the defenders rushing the passer, it's an easy thing for them. They just, it's all out. They just, they know that the run's not coming. So, Tyreek Hill, you name it, all the Dolphins. I don't have to tell anyone that, really. Tyreek, Tua, you name it, start. And, maybe Hopkins and Will Levis. Will might have a good game because he'll be throwing the ball. Who knows? He's much better than Tannehill, right? Well, Monday night it's going to be clear and sunny in Miami and no rain. So it's going to be a fun game. It's probably around low is 63 that night. It's probably be game time at 5:15 in Miami. It'd probably be around 70, 72, 73 degrees. So it's perfect weather for football. Well, yeah, I guess it'd be perfect weather for football if you like warm weather. But I live in California, so I do like warm weather, right? So, it's just all the you guys. Come on, it's a no-brainer who to start. So the next game we have the Green Bay Packers going into New York, playing the New York Football Giants. Mr. DeVito, the kid lives with his parents. I just love that story. It's such a great story. Barkley, Waller might be back. Who knows? I'm not a big Waller fan, but I mean, if he's back, they'll probably use him. And not much. Maybe Barkley. I want to say DeVito's been doing well, but guys, we're playing the Green Bay Packers, who defense has been really good lately. They shut down the Kansas City Chiefs, and the New York Giants are the Kansas City Chiefs, and they just aren't. And so I would start the Green Bay Packers defense in a heartbeat, and it just Jordan Love, Dylan Watson's hurt again. So, it's just not much. I mean, who do you pick more? I mean, it gets with all the injuries this year. It's so hard, and the Green Bay Packers aren't like the fantasy football team. So anyway, guys, it's been fun. Enjoy this Sunday. I always enjoy talking to you guys and talking football and fantasy football. Good luck in fantasy football. It is almost here. The playoffs are almost here. I have 62 teams. It's going to be fun. And good luck. And I will see everyone next week. Have a great one, guys. Thank you so much.